All right, y'all. Listen, it is. Look, I'm late. It's 7:01. Look, y'all know if nothing else, y'all know I got to start on time because I got other stuff to do. So listen, I'm gonna wait on a couple more people to come on in since I'm just now going live. I'm gonna wait on some more people to come in. And I did announce like I don't do my pop-up interviews anymore. I shook y'all a little bit when I started doing pop-up interviews, but I'm letting y'all know now. I'm posting when I do interviews. So I had already posted this flyer. Y'all should already know who I got today, and it's gonna be on and popping. But first, I just want to say, uh first I want to say thank you um to those that came out to the Osodo podcast live show. I'm ready to tell my story when I had Latasha Henderson. It was wonderful. I hope that people took something from it. Because we had a good time, and those who are waiting on it to drop, ain't nothing dropping. You just had to be there. This is one of those events where you just had to be there. And I ain't mad because I didn't record it or anything like that. So y'all are asking me when am I doing another podcast live show. It's coming up in a couple of months. I'm trying to work some stuff out. So I will have that announcement coming up sometime soon once I get everything worked out. So another thing I want to do as well is the sponsor for my show today is Brown Vibe Coffee House. As always, them is my people. I love their place. They are sponsoring the show. Okay, so definitely shout out to them because they know what I like. And I don't know what type of latte drink I get when I go there. I just walk up to the counter and say, hey, fix my drink, and voila, there it is, and I love it. So and I am gonna do a giveaway from them today as well. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in and make sure y'all pay attention because I don't know why y'all think I be, or what the young folks say, capping or whatever. I don't know why y'all think I be fronting the camera. I have giveaways. I be having giveaways. I'm trying to give y'all stuff. Like these businesses love me and appreciate me and all the money I be spending. I be trying to get stuff for y'all, and y'all just don't want to take it. I do not understand. But what I'm gonna do is let me thank my sponsors for my first podcast show as well. So thank you to Eden Consulting Firm owned by Dominique Washington. Thank you to Ariel Lathan. Thank you to I have several friends from out of town who, and that's the reason I had gave away so many tickets too, because I had friends out of town who purchased tickets just because, and I most definitely appreciate that as well. So, and let me do this other appreciation when I bring on Miss Brittainy Pope.
Hey girl, hey.
Hello, hello. I want to do this. I want to do this next thank you with you on the air. Because I have to thank Bossier Arts Council East Bank Theater. Um,
Thank you.
oh,
Thank
because
you.
so here's the killing part was when I first decided to do the podcast show. It was after me and Tasha did the interview that we did live on Facebook, and we got hit up by so many different people. We was like, look, we need to go ahead and just, what I'm saying, take it live like that. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm just the fact that I was contemplating on the venue.
Yeah.
I was like, what we gonna do with it? I said, I don't know where. I said, I don't know where we gonna do it. And I woke up in the middle, like, I said, why am I not doing it at the East Bank Theater where my friend is the director?
Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna stop sleeping on this. Stop
Fact,
sleeping on this.
fact,
We are a beautiful space to be for those that are trying to do these amazing ventures. Most people just think of theater and think in terms of production, but
right.
it is a creative space. We operate
Mhm.
a creative space here. So we are absolutely elated that you chose to do that. We were talking before this went live, and I was just happy, expressing that I was happy that you decided to do it here with us. It was such a unique and different experience. I think Shreveport Bossier needs more of that to be able to get that behind the scenes and be able to hear the voice of those creatives that they enjoy kind of following their journeys.
Right, right. And like I said, y'all was so very helpful, especially Jeremy.
Yes, our
I
venue
love
coordinator. Yeah,
I love him. He
listen,
answered.
and he
He
thorough.
answered. Huh?
He's thorough.
He very. He answered.
Yes,
He made sure everything was good. He answered all my questions, whether he was working or not, because y'all know my mind's questions pop up at the top of my head, and I would hit him up, and he would answer with like no issues whatsoever. So definitely, most definitely, I'm gonna have to give him a thank you card or a gift basket or
listen,
something.
listen. That all of them. I am very
Yes,
thankful for the staff that I have here. They all operate in their lane the way that they need to. They bring an amazing set of gifts to the table. Some skill sets that it's not that I don't have them, but the reality of it is I have to operate in so many different directions, and so it's
right.
great to have a team that can back you up. Yeah,
Absolutely, 100%. So definitely thank you for that. I'm definitely gonna be definitely from now on, whatever I do,
come
it's
on
gonna
and run.
it's gonna be there. It's definitely gonna be there. Okay, so I really don't even know where to start because honestly, I don't even know how we met,
Run
but
don't be so evil.
I don't need like
I don't know.
a lot of people always ask me how I meet people, and I'm like, bro, I really don't know. I just be meeting people, and then we just become like best friends, and it just
Listen.
happens like that.
I eat, and I'm sitting here thinking right this second. Sometimes my memory with certain things is a little fuzzy now, post
Mhm,
treatments, but
mhm.
I don't remember it.
I have no idea. I have no idea, but I know when I met you, you were at the library.
Okay, okay. I
I
don't know
don't
which
think you
one
were
I
the
was
manager
like.
at the library yet, though, but you were at the
Okay,
library.
so that had to been Central.
Had to
That
be.
had to been Central. So that's been like 6 years ago, almost.
Okay, that sound about right. That sound about right. Okay,
Okay.
so you went from the library to the executive director at the
hmm
Bossier Arts Council. How did
hmm
that transition work for you?
Oh gosh, it was not a planned one. I will say that.
Okay.
Going back to the summer of 2022 or the spring of 2022 rather, we found out, because in all transparency I was a board member here at that time, but we found out that the current executive director was going to be leaving the organization, and so we're all sitting there, and I even agreed to be on the committee for finding the person that would come behind her. And so people were like, "Are you going to apply for that?" And I was like, no, because it was not on my radar necessarily to leave the library. If I could be perfectly transparent, I had a 10 to 15-year plan with that organization. That I was pretty much on chart for because I kind of had something else in mind after the library. And then somebody was like, "I think you need to apply for that job." And I was like, let me think about it. And I don't know, it was getting to the deadline, and I just submitted, and because I was at a point, I said, "God, things are not perfect where I am, but I
Mhm.
am content. And so if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not losing anything per
Right.
se." I did have a pull, kind of an internal pull for something different. I will say that, because I had been at that point had been with the library just a little over a decade, and which I said that like that's 2 years, baby. That's a long time. But I kind of was beginning to feel a pull for something different. I just didn't know if it translated to a different function within that world
Mhm.
or completely coming out of that system.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
yeah.
So, um, what is your role right now with the Bossier Arts Council? Like, what are your duties consist
Currently,
of?
if you look up the definition of an executive director,
Mhm.
it varies from organization to organization. But for this
Mhm.
one, that looks like programming, that looks like fundraising, that looks like daily operations, that looks like outreach.
Mhm.
And the list can go on. Sometimes, baby, I done unclogged the toilet. I have mopped the floor. It's been a little bit of everything
A
because
little
that
bit of
just kind of
everything.
goes with the territory of the
Right.
space. And the size of this organization. We are a staff of only 4 individuals.
Right.
The other 3 people that work here, they have certain things that they are hired in to do. Now they have some amazing skill sets that lend to other tasks, but overarching when they're not able to,
Mhm.
or whatever the case is, I have to fill in those blanks.
Okay. Um, what does the Bossier Arts Council offer? What do y'all offer? I
Okay,
know
I
y'all
have,
have a bunch of cause
yeah,
and this is for the creatives that are tapped in. What
yes.
does the what do y'all offer? Like what can we get from the Bossier Arts Council?
If you're a creative, the conversation I often have is the support of the creative. So within the realm of our mission, we are to promote, support, and create arts and cultural experiences um, that exist within Bossier Parish.
Okay.
Not just Bossier Parish. Every now and then we have to cross the lines in other places
Mhm.
simply because the art scene here is so heavily collaborative in nature. So
Mhm.
you may have seen us at Highland Jazz and Blues, but that is because a lot of us arts organizations have to lean on each other at some point in time to be able to fulfill tasks. Let's say that. But
Okay.
overarching, as a creative, you come into the space, you become a member, we become a form of support for you. We tend to have creatives that come along who are maybe they're in the beginning of their artistry or they're kind of expanding out from what they already explore and what they already do. And they kind of want some direction. Maybe they need some professional guidance in terms of the business sense of it. Being able to kind of, how can I put it? Being able to kind of fine tune what their art path is going to look like or what their creative path is going to look like. We obviously deal with a lot of visual artists. That's
Mhm.
a regular occurrence. Obviously, we have our 2 galleries here, the East Bank Gallery and then what's known as the Emerging Gallery. And what happens, we or the goal overarching with those galleries is so artists can begin to have those solo shows or to have their work in a
Mhm.
gallery if it's a collaborative show. That way they're not having to go, trying to get a start 3 hours west of us, trying to find other markets.
Right.
And so what ends up happening, that looks like what we call the one-stop services. So you would schedule
Okay.
those one-on-one opportunities with us. For those who are true to it, you have Culturalists, which is an amazing platform that's meant to put creatives kind of in one space for individuals to be able to go online and showcase what it is that they do. And sometimes we have people that kind of come into the space, they know how to start an account, right? They know the technical side of it, but what do I put there? What of my works do I put there? Um, Even down to something as simple as their artist statement versus their bio. There's a difference. I've had people where we ask them, hey, can we get your artist statement? And they send us their bio. We didn't ask you for that. We asked you for
Okay.
your artist statement. So even going to the root and the basics of it to say, hey, this is what this looks like.
Okay. Okay. Look, I need to step in. I need to
Right.
come up in the front.
Let's say you are a sculptor, you
Mhm.
are a glass worker, or say you make jewelry. If you become a member with us, you get the benefit of scheduling that one-on-one interaction, but
Mhm.
also we will photograph your work for you.
That's it. Come on, somebody.
Sometimes there are calls that go out, and maybe you need to submit a digital portfolio as opposed to going in and having a one-on-one with those gallery committees or those spaces, and they just want you to send the work over. Well, you don't need to be, unless you just really did a good work with
Mhm.
photography. A lot of artists don't do that. They don't have the tools, they don't have the lighting or anything like that. But if you call and you get with us and we schedule that time, we can get those things photographed for you. And what happens, that means a lot when you're looking at taking your artistry to another level and taking it outside of this area.
Okay. And what is your website again?
Our website is bossierarts.org. And I had to think about it for a second, but that's BOSSIER ARTS. Some people don't think to put the S, Bojarts.org. Now, when you get there right now, it's going to say coming soon because we are getting a brand new website. We are moving
Oh,
processes online as far as
okay.
scheduling, as far as your
Mhm.
membership, as far as being able to submit your application as an artist that's seeking to be in our galleries. We're going to
Okay.
have some new procedures and how we're doing that and kind of eliminating a lot of the paper processes we've had in the past.
Writing it down because I need to. I've been hesitant, and I keep saying every time I come up there and visit y'all and say hey and kiki, I'm like why, and I always ask why am I not a member? Why?
Ron, why are you not a member?
Why am I not a member?
Let me tell you.
I'm like
And
I be up in here more than a little bit, and I ain't no member yet, so I need to handle it.
this is the thing, artist y'all's membership annually is only $35.
That's it. That's
Annually,
nothing. That's nothing.
that's it. So we're trying to meet you where you are as a,
Mhm.
as an artist, so that you can be able to take your resources and focus on creating.
Look, I'm all about it. I will become a member this year. I will become a member this year.
Don't Girl, don't wait too long now, right?
I'm not. I promise I'm not.
Okay.
So, let's talk about the events that you have. Your events are awesome. Okay. So,
They work. They be
they,
working.
yes, I
They
love
be
it. I
working.
love it. I love it. So,
We
what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I thought you was saying what are they? I was gonna say, here go the list. Okay.
I was just that's what I was about to say.
Here you go. Take 'em.
Go ahead and tell us about the events that you have coming up.
The closest, let's see, I'm gonna give you the closest events we
Give
have
us the
coming.
closest.
So, February the 18th, we are going to have our second installation to a series of programming that we've titled Art Never Tasted So Good. That's the
Mhm.
overarching name of the series, but each one of the installations focuses on a certain type of food or a type of ingredient. Our first one we did back in the fall was centered on coffee. Peter Lyon, if you are not familiar with, he is like our coffee sources report as far as I'm concerned. But he hosted basically breaking down the notes and sharing about his travels and all
Mhm.
that good stuff, and basically explaining, went into the process of him creating that coffee line Lions Pride. Okay, so we did that back in the fall. But this
Okay.
next one is February the 18th.
Mhm.
It'll take place here in our gallery, and this one is called The Art of Smoke. And
Okay.
so, what that is centered on is smoked foods and the place of it in African American cuisine. So, for those who may be watching and may not be aware, but the overarching theme for Black History Month nationally this year is African Americans in the arts or Blacks in the arts. And so, what it looks like, we could put a visual show up. We know we could do
Mhm.
that. You could even have
Mhm.
some performance artists to either give some type of recitation or something. But oftentimes people kind of forget about culinary arts. We
Right.
eat. This is the South. People just eat,
Right.
but
Right.
sometimes people don't go in and culturally explore. I guess you could say the food that we eat. Why do we eat it? The origins of some of the dishes, especially here in Louisiana.
Right.
Where is a lot of that birth from? A lot of people point to the French. A lot of people may point to Spain, but the overwhelming influence of African culture in a lot of the
Mhm.
dishes that we eat here in Louisiana and across the South, oftentimes just kind of gets forgotten. So, randomly had a conversation with Mr. Nate Cosby, owner of Big Nate's Barbecue, and
And
we
the
were just
food, look, I know the food. The food is good.
and so
Food is
I
good.
was just talking to him, and I was like, oh, he explained some things that he would like to do at some point, and I was like, you know what? We have this, and so I say, do you want to just try this together? And
Mhm.
it happened. It's on the move. The train is pulled out of the station.
Right.
The tickets are out there. They're on sale. They are on Eventbrite. Most of our tickets we run through Eventbrite. You can find it and follow us on Eventbrite. That way you can see anytime we add tickets for something coming up. The tickets are $60, but that's for 4 courses.
Mhm.
So, and he told me the menu, but I don't want to give it away.
Can we get like
Just a little hint.
Look. You
I
got to you got to give us some. You got to give us just a
listen.
little something, little something.
Do know there's some smoked mac and cheese in the mix, and I do know that there's some probably I think it's some homemade ice cream in the mix. But that's all I'm giving y'all. Oh, he didn't did his ditty with this. That menu is yeah, that's a menu. It's a beautiful menu.
The macaroni and cheese for
The
me.
smoked mac and cheese. 'Cause I was like, oh,
Ooh,
smoked mac and cheese. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
What is that date again?
That date is Sunday, February the 18th. It'll be at 3 o'clock p.m. here in our gallery. Some people were like, why are you having it on a Sunday? But we're going to even take a look at the
Mhm.
cultural significance of the Sunday meal in African American culture.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely gonna be exciting.
Yes, so tickets are very limited for this. I
Mhm.
will say tickets are limited because this is meant to be an intimate dining experience. So we're not packing it out. Don't call me the
Right.
day before. Can I get in? Got an extra ticket? I don't. I ain't got.
Don't be breathing on the door. The breathing on the window door. Trying
Please
to
don't breathe on my door.
don't do it.
And so ticket sales do cut off. I think it's 2 or 3 days prior to the event, so that of course he can properly prepare.
Right,
So do not drag your feet on getting those tickets.
right, right. Okay.
Mhm.
What else you got coming up?
All right, and then we're gonna bump to the next weekend, right? And we're going
Mhm.
to do the listing lounge, which is gonna be basically it is an experience that takes a look at African American music over the course of several decades and then laid across what was happening in America. And so the music is going to be curated by several different people. Big
Mhm.
shout out to Whitney. I cannot think her last name right this second, but she also goes under the artist name of Medusa.
Mhm.
Um, they came to me as a collective, and we talked, and we were like, let's do it. So
Yeah.
Friday night, the 23rd, you'll be able to come
Mhm.
in. You can listen in the theater. There'll be music downstairs in the galleries as well, so you can move
Oh.
back and forth.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely, so that one prime time may be a little bit different. The next day, which will be the 24th, is a Saturday. That
Mhm.
particular that particular day be more like from 12 to 4. So that one may kind of slow down. It may kind of look at certain
Mhm.
periods in the earlier 20th century as well.
Okay, does that one have an admission fee?
No, that is
Okay.
absolutely free. It is
Okay.
absolutely free for you to come, and you can come and go as you please.
Okay. Look,
Hmm.
that's gonna be awesome. Okay, so now listen, you already know what event we finna talk about.
Yeah, but it's sad.
Look,
I got a
like
feeling.
the little kids.
I got a feeling. I got a feeling.
Listen, my glass is in my kitchen. I still have my glass. I still have my glass. Okay,
I
so
think that may be. I've lost track of my glass count,
okay.
but it's one of
Um,
my glasses.
I'm ready to talk about our team.
Let's talk about it.
So I've been knowing about our team, but last year was my first time attending.
Really. And
Yeah,
actually, I got a lot of people that voiced that they were first timers to Artini, and that
mhm,
made me so excited
yeah.
that you all chose to make your first experience be the year that I got in there and was running around like a crazy one.
Yes, it was amazing. It was
Thank you all.
definitely amazing.
It's a teamwork. It's a team effort. It is most certainly a team effort. We have a wonderful committee. Shout out to Emery Holtzclaw, who is the committee chair. She's returned again for that particular committee as well. And we had such wonderful people that came and devoted their time and their
Mhm,
talents during the planning process, as well as the day of, because again, we're a staff of 4, and so we
right.
rely on volunteerism to be able to execute this. And the event itself is very important to us as an organization because it is our largest fundraiser that we have annually, and those funds, they come in and we're able to use them towards a lot of our general operations. A lot
Okay.
of times people look at nonprofits, and I'm gonna just kind of give y'all a little schooling.
Mhm.
Oh, it's grants. It's grants everywhere. Yeah, I got to read the fine print, right? Some of
Mhm.
those grants are restricted to certain things or certain functions. They may be
Mhm.
for programming, or they may be exclusive to materials that are needed, just kind of depending on what your nonprofit does, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes with the arts, we see a lot of project grants, but we don't see a whole lot of general operating funds where we can just
Okay.
kind of place it where we need to place it. So fundraising is important to us because if there is a situation where maybe I need to subcontract to somebody to do a
Mhm.
task that we don't have a staff member for, there may not be a grant available that year for something like that.
Okay.
So supporting our team, yeah, we want you to come and have a good time. We do.
Mhm.
We want you to come and drink all the drinks and have all the fun. But just know that when you're coming and you're supporting us and you're getting dressed up and coming out and grabbing those glasses, you're not just buying a ticket for a good time. You are
Mhm.
really making an impact with our organization. And the way that you all showed up for us last year, we are eternally thankful. Some that are aware of the circumstances of what happened when I first got to BAC. It was very, very important. And this year it's still equally important
Right.
that we
Right.
have the support of the public. But last year, like, yeah, it was it was necessary, and I am so thankful.
I had a blast, and I'm not a drinker, but I stayed in a line.
Listen, and this is the thing, even if you're not a drinker, several of the competitors
Yes.
do the mocktails. And so I've been
Yes.
trying to, help
Yes.
people understand that. So maybe, you're not into alcohol and that's cool. Now I wouldn't tell anybody that's protecting their sobriety to come.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Right.
obviously, if you just, I don't like drinking. Well, we have some competitors that bring the mocktails for
Right.
the portion
Right.
of the competition. So, like, don't just completely be like, I'm not coming because I don't drink. There's other elements to it.
The music was great.
Thank you. And shout out to DJ Yoshi because
Yes.
all I did was I told Yoshi, this is how much time this event is. This is what I
Mhm.
need. This is my budget. And he ran with it. And he came back with an amazing lineup
Mhm.
with the DJs that he brought in, Static Shock and DJ Lomax. And they all,
Mhm.
I heard them, but I didn't quite hear them. But I saw people moving. I saw people smiling. I saw people gathered in the space, and so that made me feel good to see that, and I love how they curated that experience.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
what's the theme?
So you're gonna have to wait to February, baby.
I
You
tried, y'all.
gotta say it, y'all. Let me tell you,
I
I heard
tried. I
somebody the other
tried.
day.
I
Somebody was
tried.
like, they just kept bringing it up because they thought that maybe I would just slip up in conversation and say it because it's highly possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
now y'all have to wait until
Not a,
February.
like we can't get no clue.
No, no clues. No, y'all gonna have plenty of time to shop. I promise. Y'all will have plenty of time to shop.
I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. That's okay though. Cause
It's all
look,
right. But listen. February. I will say after Valentine's Day though.
okay,
I
so
have to wait a
y'all
while.
make sure
After
y'all make sure y'all tap into all her pages, her personal page, and the Bossier Arts Council page. Cause look, we waiting on the thing. Cause look, we
Yep.
got to get ready. Cause we was fly last year.
A lot of people have been on my heels. They want that theme, and I get it. But now, baby, ain't no slip ups over here.
We,
If you think you hear the theme from anybody, you need to tell me because they gonna have to see me in the parking lot barefoot because I'm fighting. I was like, no, nobody say nothing to nobody. But yeah, just wait because, and I will say this: early bird tickets, y'all. I still have some early bird tickets. Early bird pricing is $80.
Mhm.
We had to go up a little bit. The cost of everything went up.
Of
Naturally,
course, of course.
but the early bird tickets are $80, and you all have until Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
if you
hear?
don't have your tickets, you need to get them. Cause I
You
as soon as Soon as she posted tickets was on sale, I had mine within. I know I had mine within 5 minutes.
Listen, and other people follow suit. And I know this is an area that's kind of notorious for being last minute, but I'm
Yeah.
really going to strongly encourage everybody to not wait till the last minute this year like y'all did last year. And y'all was like, hey, listen, yeah, hey, baby, I couldn't help you.
Can't
I
help
couldn't
you.
help you
Can't
last
help
year.
you.
I'm not going to be able to help you. And I am already speaking it. This going to sell out again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I be telling people like it's a whole like when I see people post about like the art community in the city. I'm like, bro, it's a whole community of us, and we are at these events in full force. Like, I'm tell you what else I'm excited for, and I already got my ticket for that too, the creative ball as well.
Yes, I've never had a chance to attend the Creative Ball, but I have been trying to rework my schedule because I want to go.
I'm
I
gonna be
want
I'm
to
Yeah,
support games. I like the Creative Magazine, and I've just kind of been a fan, kind of been watching. So yeah, I am trying to make sure that I am available to attend that if I can. I'm
yeah.
not sure right now. I
Soon
think
as
we're
he
having
posted yeah soon as he posted creative ball tickets on sale, listen, I
and
was
listen now. I when people come to me and tell me there's nothing to do here,
like
I'm like,
tripping.
because I'm never home. I'm never
Yeah,
home. Anyone who
yes,
knows me knows my favorite thing to do is to be at the house rubbing my feet together in the
same.
comfort of my home. And so what happens, there are some weekends that is not an option.
Yes,
So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to hear nothing to do. Springtime is rolling out, and it doesn't mean that you're going. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Can I say this wrong? And I
You can say
might get,
whatever you want.
but it's okay. If you are willing to go to Dallas, if you're willing to go to
Mhm,
Houston and pay $100 for this to get into a club,
mhm.
$200 for something, upwards $500 for sections, I don't want to hear nothing about the price and about stuff that happens around here
Right.
because
Agree.
there are people that are throwing nice quality events.
Mhm,
The ticket price is a little heftier than this market is possibly used to seeing, but
mhm.
let me tell you, they doing they diddy and they are really planning quality events. So y'all, let's make it a habit to support these people. Let's make it
Right,
we can have nice things,
right, right.
but these things cost. Experiences cost, right?
Mhm.
And so I don't care if you're trying to have an experience in Dallas. I don't care if you're trying to have experience in Shreveport. It's gonna cost you.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And I think as well, like I said, like for creatives,
Mm-hmm.
like if you do any type of creative anything, like going to these events as well is important because the network is crazy.
Right. Listen.
Network is, and y'all know when I go places, I don't be really talking to nobody, but I still end up meeting people. Like the
Yeah,
network atmosphere between us creatives is crazy.
it
So
is.
like,
And don't
yeah.
sleep on it. Do not sleep on it,
Do
y'all.
not sleep do not sleep on us. I'll tell people, like when people have uh when people have, opening receptions or artist talks, like don't that's free game.
And this is the thing, artist talks, most of the art reception open, everything's free.
Everything, yes.
It's free for you to attend. You can even
Mhm.
bring your children to most of it.
Right.
So
Right.
this is the thing. No, ain't nothing to do. Baby. We not we not sitting on that in 2024. I
No.
have taught people, I said, well, you need to maybe address your verbiage to say, there's not anything I have an interest in doing.
Yes, that part.
Find
Yeah.
yourself saying that frequently, I encourage you to re-examine what your interests are.
Right.
Maybe you need to expand what your appetite is in
Mhm.
terms of what you enjoy in your leisure time. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
And then sometimes people probably need to learn to be more open-minded as well. Because
That's
there's something to do. Yeah, there's something to do for everybody in every form. We have all types of like little stuff that I don't be knowing about till afterwards. You know what I'm
there,
saying? So
there we
like,
go.
yeah, it's a lot to do for anywhere, anybody, anybody. So yeah, y'all got to learn to like to just, even if you go to the event, you don't stay but 30 minutes.
Right,
At
right.
least just go to at least just go to see what it's about.
That's it. That's it. So I have been strongly encouraging people. And then what are you following? I don't even know about this stuff. Who do you follow?
Who do, who's on your timeline?
Who's on your timeline, baby? Who's on your timeline? Get tapped in. Tap into
Get tapped in, right?
if you talk to certain people and they're always talking about these different things that you know nothing about, make sure you're getting in tune and
Mm-hmm.
staying in tune with what they're doing. And that don't just
Right.
apply for events, that apply for your life, but that's another conversation.
That's the whole. Okay, y'all, and like I said earlier, Brown Vibe Coffee House sponsored this show.
Yeah, thank
Shout
you,
out
Brown
to him.
Guy. Thank
Ew.
you, waffles and chicken. Listen,
Ooh.
I went to the Brown Vibe. I went to the Brown Vibe, just wandered in. I said,
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna go support. And she made me a blackberry lemonade. And I had a red
Ooh.
velvet waffle. And I had some of her chicken. And let me tell you, the Brown Vibe is all right with me.
Listen,
They all right with me.
I listen.
Hmm.
I went Monday, and
Okay.
it's just beautiful. It's just
And I
it's
said, I just said, I enjoyed my beverage and I enjoyed my lunch and I sat and I wrote. I set some intentions. I just
right.
it was the atmosphere to be able to do that. So I'm
Yes.
happy to see that we have that. Happy to see that we have it within the Black business community as
Oh
well.
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So, if you're in Shreveport and you have not been to Brown Vibe, I
Mhm.
need you to comment and say, "Run, I have not been to Brown Vibe, and I would like to go, and I will get you that free meal."
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't know who all on here watching, but I'm telling you, just comment. I have not been to Brown Vibe, and I would like to go. I would like to try the food, and I will get you a free meal. Just one person. I can't feed everybody. I can't feed everybody. Just one person. One person. I'm gonna mention it again because I need to give away this free meal. Because if I don't give away this free meal, I'm gonna take it upon myself. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, Christina, I got you, Christina. Oh, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Christina beat you to it. All right, Christina Francis, you got a free meal at Brown Vibe. I'm gonna let her know.
Oh, far.
Bree, get out my get out. Bree, get out the comments.
Nothing beats a try, baby. Nothing beats a try.
Get out the comments. What is wrong with you? Get out the comments.
Nothing beats a try. Like, how was I gonna know that I wasn't gonna get it?
You do not count. You do not count at all.
I
All
shouldn't have
right.
given my testimonial about my experience.
Oh, you done tickled me. Okay, so next we finna talk about your personal adventures.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
let's talk about global consulting.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Global consulting. Let's start with where was global consulting? Because somebody's like, where did it come from? Well, what made you start the business? Um, the short version of the long story is I got tired of giving away free game.
Okay,
I got tired of giving away free game. People would
okay,
call me and I was like filling in the blanks for them. They were trying to pursue whatever their endeavors were. A whole lot of PR things. And
mhm,
I just kind of, I would just talk and be like, oh, we'll just do this, and this. Or I would get them connected with different resources and things of that nature. Or they wanted to do some type of venture, but they needed research done. And they knew I worked at a library.
okay,
They know I like to read. They know that I'm a history major, so I majored in history and I graduated. So okay, let's deal with that. But but by nature I'm a researcher. I am a researcher and I'm an educator by nature. So they knew
Right.
that. And so they would hit me up constantly. And I'm like, I'm sitting here doing all this work and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not getting no money. So wait a minute now. And so
Mm-hmm.
I would really, I guess, kind of tip the pail or made me really pursue it was actually Tasha. At the time, um,
Okay.
her brand had a different identity. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like just working with her with different tasks. And so it's just like, you know what, I can do this.
Right.
I can do this. And so between that, I was engaged prior. He's
Mm-hmm.
deceased. Rest in love there. But what ended up happening, he had clientele upon his passing. And that clientele had to go somewhere, but I knew how to handle the clientele. I knew what
Right.
he did for them. And so I just approached several of them and I asked, would you be willing to work with me? They,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have any heavy tasks or any heavy lifting that I couldn't do outside of the realm of what I already had in terms of working for the library. And it worked out. And that's where Global Consulting was birthed. Now, at this point, I don't really offer any PR anymore. I don't do
Okay.
any crisis management. I
Mm-hmm.
just got tired of doing it. A few people I will do it for, but
Mm-hmm.
overarching as far as the image consulting and as far as creative consulting and research, I will still do it.
So what made you bring it back? Because I remember when you started it, and then
Yeah,
you took your hiatus, and then and I saw when you brought it back. So what made you bring it back?
people kept calling. I was getting calls, and it wasn't like, oh, people just running all out the ears, but it's just the calls that I was getting and the type of help people were seeking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very firm believer that whatever gifts that God gives you when you don't use them, you forfeit them.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I don't want to forfeit the gifts that He's given me because everything, and this is not to detour the conversation, but everything that we do, all
Mm-hmm.
the gifts that we have, the way that we operate, all that good stuff, it's not just exclusively for your benefit, for you to benefit in terms of you earning your money or you gaining notoriety. All the gifts and talents and things that you have inside of you are to bless the world. It's to
Right.
help make the world a better space. It's designed and it's there to kind of help lift the world around you. And so what happens, sometimes we do get caught up in what we do and what we don't want to do, right?
Right. Right.
But you have to kind of reel it in and bring it back, because what happens when you refuse to do something, there's somebody
Mm-hmm.
waiting on you.
Mm.
Either they're going to watch what you do, they're waiting on your wisdom, they're waiting on your experiences, or maybe the service or the product that you do or you offer is going to change their life. And you're sitting on it and just choosing not to do it. So I had to tap back into that mindset and say, you know what? I got to get back on the horse. Yeah. Cause I
Ooh.
legit felt convicted because I was like,
Yeah.
okay, people asking me, and these are people that need help. I'm sending them off to other
Mm-hmm.
people, and it's just kind of like, you know,
Yeah. Come
it was
on
like,
in, Bishop. Come on, Bishop Pope with the word.
listen, I be telling people, and I think because something I told some ladies at a function,
Mm-hmm.
they were saying that they want to take their business to a level so much so to a point that they can employ other people.
Mm.
And I'm finna hurt some of y'all feelings right quick. And this is off the topic, Ryan. I'm sorry for hijacking your show.
Now do your thing. Do your thing.
When you are a person that is hell bent on not outsourcing certain tasks, not because you can't afford it, but because you're a control freak, you're
Mm.
taking your words that you spoke towards your business and your effort and you're killing them. You said you want to be in a position to create other opportunities and other things for other people. But what are you
Mm.
doing? If you're a control freak and you're holding everything in your fist, that is the opportunity for you to create the other jobs and experiences for other people. That is what you said you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You're not doing it.
wow. That's
Sorry.
a word. That's a word.
Don't forget.
That's a word. So image let's get on the image consulting part.
Mm-hmm.
What does that consist of?
Image consulting is basically where I take inventory of how you function in terms of language. I take
Mm-hmm.
a look at how you show as far as appearance, and
Mm-hmm.
we take a little bit of inventory of everything that you're doing now versus where
Mm-hmm.
you intend to go or what you're aspiring
Mm-hmm.
to do.
Okay.
For some people, it's just physical appearance. They just decide that maybe they are changing lanes in terms
Mm-hmm.
of their career and they want to look a certain way. I'm not giving you a makeover. I'm
Right.
just telling you how to take a pivot to head in the direction of where you want to go.
Okay.
For
Okay.
some people, that may not be them as an individual. It may be them as a brand. It could be them as a business because
Mm-hmm.
I've done quite a bit of consulting for individuals who are starting their business and they want to establish what the culture of their business looks like. What are
Right.
people seeing when they are looking at my business? And I'm gonna insert this, not to hijack again. One of the first questions I ask when I get, because I work with everybody, all races, whatever. But when I
Right.
am dealing with African American clientele, I'm always going to ask them, are you a black business or are you a business that so happens to have a black owner?
Awkward silence.
Is it a black brand or do you have a
Yeah.
brand that so happens to be
Right.
spearheaded or the front person so happens to be a black person?
Mm. Okay. I likes that.
Because and it's honest because there are certain things obviously you have to navigate to try to
Mm-hmm.
we know there's some horrible preconceived notions, there's some misconceptions that are out there, but also
Right.
making sure to enlist practices
Uh-huh.
that are not, some of these practices ain't got nothing to do with black or white. Some of it's just good
Right.
business practices, but
Right. Right.
um some of these, and of course my friend wants to make noise, but some of these are, you're going to have to examine how you approach business, how you approach the services that you're rendering.
Okay. So, all right. So, when you reposted that you had this interview today, I saw something about you want to do a giveaway.
Well, I said they had to run the shares up and they had to run the numbers up, but they didn't do it. So I
Oh.
don't reward behavior that people don't
Oh,
do. But what we can do though, what we can, because I am a
come
person,
on with the good. Come on with come on with the good parenting. Come on with
I am
the gentle parenting. Come on with it.
I'm a firm believer in grace. And so folks is at home getting their kids ready. They just getting off work, they tired. So I will allow the grace. Who's giving a little meanie face? I said that little meanie face over there. I don't know what you're mad for, baby, but get glad. But what can happen or what I will allow, we can look at over the course of a week.
Okay.
And so if we hit so many shares, so many views over the course of the week, and we're gonna determine what the number is. And I'm gonna let
Okay.
you put it out. Okay. If you hit those views and you hit those shares, I will give away a free consultation.
Ooh. And if y'all don't get that free consultation, I'm gonna take it upon myself.
But get it for me. Listen, I'm telling
I'm gonna
you.
take it upon myself
Don't wait for
to get
nobody else,
that
baby.
free consultation.
Don't wait for nobody else. Sometimes you just got to go for it for yourself.
Sometimes you gotta go for that. I'm saying when I be trying to do giveaways and stuff like that. I be like, okay, y'all don't claim these giveaways. Listen, I'm gonna have some of everything over here for myself.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
we're gonna
So,
monitor it this week and see how we looking come Friday. And if they've done their due, I'm willing to do it.
I'm just saying, y'all heard what she said, so y'all better get to liking and sharing. Because I told y'all. See, I had people really upset with me when I first started, and I was just doing like pop up interviews. I wouldn't tell them what's going on. I just pop up live or whatever. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all now, like I'm taking time to actually make my flyers since people's getting on me real bad to tell y'all what's going on. So
There we
y'all like
go.
run these views up, get these shares up, get this free consultation, or I'm just gonna do a recap of how my consultation went.
There we go. And my consultations also include where I go in because some people are like, oh, I don't want to have to buy new clothes or I don't want to have to do this. If I'm taking inventory and something, that also can include an audit of your closet.
Mm.
Yes,
Okay.
that can
Okay.
include an audit of your closet. So it may be that you're okay in other areas, but you just want to get an audit of your closet. So I will allow for that.
Look at my face. Mm? I'm
So
just saying. I'm just trying to like. I just be trying to put people down with the resources.
then,
Like
baby,
you don't have to go out the city or out the state to get what you need when we have people right here
willing
in
to
the
help,
city.
willing to help. And I will say this: a good portion of the clientele I encounter is out of the state of Louisiana
Same
and
here.
outside the
Same
street.
here.
So I do want to encourage somebody watching potentially who's kind of like, man, it's not picking up. Or I can't seem to
Yeah.
make a connection locally, and that's
Mhm.
okay. But one of my professional mentors, I was pouting because it just wasn't happening fast enough up here, and I was just very discouraged. And she said, "Girl, why you crying over a puddle? And God gave you oceans." And
Ooh.
so you have this whole big old world. There are
Mhm.
people who bought incense that are named for Erica Badu's private parts.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
me, whatever it
Yeah.
is you're trying to sell, whatever it is that you are developing in terms of a product or in terms of a service, there's a market for you. And it
Yeah.
may not be directly where you are.
Right.
You go out and you find that market. Periodically,
Yeah.
even with my social media boosting and things like that, I don't boost it here.
Right.
I
Right.
boost it in other places that could benefit, or I know people look for services that I offer.
Yeah.
Because your clientele just might not be here. But if it so happens to be that there's clientele in the house, like present and locally, I'm gonna work
Mhm.
with whoever. I'm gonna work if as long as you can afford it. And I don't mean in terms of a money grab because I
Right.
also say this, don't be lowering your prices because
Right.
people
Right.
around you ain't quite got it. They just ain't gonna be able to work with you. That's
That's
your
just
price.
gonna be
Your
right.
price.
Right. Look, I take after play and corner. What you listen? Look,
Listen, I get it. I get
price
it.
is price.
I
So
get it. So let's stick to it. Stick to it, baby. Let's stick to it.
all right. So we done talked about we have talked about some of everything. With Miss Pope. I think I got you in my phone. I just got you as Pope. I just got you as Pope on the phone. So we have talked about some of everything with Pope. So if you have not run this back, we talked about the Bolger Arts Council at the
Mhm.
beginning. They offer a lot of stuff. And what is the price again for being a member of the Bolger Arts Council?
Our memberships are currently $35, but I will also say this: come
Mhm.
July of 2024, that will change. So
Okay.
get in while my getting is good for a year at least, because it's going to change.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
going to
And then we talked about the events. Can you
run
look
them
at
back.
me?
I'm gonna run them back.
Run them events back one more time. Run them
And
back
let
one
me
more
say
time.
this: make sure to follow the Bossier Arts Council social media platforms because we
Yeah.
release the events there. And then also, you're able to subscribe to our email list. For those that actually pay attention to their emails, we do send out a lot of
Mhm.
information that way for the creatives. Sometimes we get information about different calls where, their artist calls, things like that. We do get information about opportunities for
Mhm.
artists to be able to earn, to earn more, things like that. And we release that through email. We send
Right.
it through email. Sometimes we
Right.
do share it on social media. So make sure you do that. But as far as events that are coming up, February the 18th, which is a Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m., we have Art Never Tasted So Good. This installation is titled The Art of Smoke. The tickets are on Eventbrite for only $60 for a four-course situation,
Mhm.
which I'm super excited for y'all to experience. And then we're going to fast forward to that weekend after. February the 23rd and 24th, we have the
Mhm.
listening lounge. It'll be set up here at BAC. You'll be able to move between multiple spaces
Mhm.
so that you can engage and have the experience of African American music through the decades, set to some of the things that were happening culturally as a country. The early bird tickets for Artini 2024 will end on Valentine's Day. So if you have not purchased a ticket and you want to get you a little piece of a deal, you gotta get in and get on Eventbrite and get those
Gotcha.
tickets because baby, I done set the timer and come February the 15th at midnight, haha, full
It,
price.
it's over. And I'm
It's
telling y'all, Artini is an experience that you got you have to come. You have to join us because we're partying, we're having a good time. We have the dance floor covered. Like, listen,
you gotta
awesome,
get
awesome
ready.
time.
And
Yeah.
listen, let me say this because I know there may be someone watching like, well, what is it? So I've already explained that it is a fundraiser. I explained that
Mhm.
earlier, but the nature of the event itself is it is a cocktail competition. We have anywhere from 15 to 20 competitors.
Mhm.
They are competing for bragging rights, of course, but they are making cocktails that are exclusive for that night. Okay, so you can't just
Mhm.
go in a restaurant. You know, it's not anything you may have had from your favorite restaurant before. And you're able to come in and you're able to try all of those beverages. For those who are not drinkers, they also do some mocktail versions. So you are not left out of the equation. We have music, we have different games set up, we have our silent
Mhm.
auction, and we're going to make sure you're not hungry. So we do have some heavy hors d'oeuvres. So make sure you pregame with your liquid IV and pregame with your good sandwich at the house, and then
Mhm.
you have your hors d'oeuvres and your cocktails.
And then last but not least, run it back, just a quick recap of global consulting.
I am a consulting business and I offer consultations for image consulting and creative consulting. That may include some creative research for those of you who may be seeking to plan special events. I've even worked with a photographer that was doing a editorial that was a time shoot. And so they wanted to make sure to set it as accurately as possible for the
Mhm.
time period that they were doing the editorial to recreate. So I even did the research for them for that.
Okay.
So talk
Okay.
to me. You never know
Yeah.
how we can work together. You never
Right.
know what it is that I can offer for you. For those that want to plan some events, and when I say events, I don't mean you just planning a party. I mean you're taking your business to another level, and you are
Right.
planning a party centered on bringing in clientele. Let's talk.
All y'all got to do is ask.
You just gotta ask.
That's all you gotta do. It's so many. It is. There are so many people around here with so many different talents. It's like you never. Everybody, and then everybody don't post what they do on Facebook either. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But there are so many people with so many different talents. Like all you got to do is talk.
Listen, let me tell you, have you been out, if you have been out of the workforce or if you've been at one job for a significant period of time and you're looking at switching careers, and
Mhm.
I know people that have either they haven't interviewed in a long time,
Mhm.
or they're not comfortable with like some varying styles of interview processes. Let's
Mhm.
talk. You have a college student, your child went straight
Mhm.
from high school to college, and you want to prepare them on what that could look like going into an interview space. Call me, talk to me. A good portion of the clientele that I have that are virtual consultations, that's what it is. There are parents who have seen where they want to groom their children to be
Mhm.
prepared to go into spaces where they can carry dialogue with a complete stranger, where they can network, things of that nature. And that's
Mhm.
what we work on. That's what we work on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So, how can they get in touch with you about the global consulting?
For global consulting, you can shoot me an email at gleauxblepr@gmail.com.
Hold on, let me get that. Hold on, let me get that on the screen. What is it again?
Hold
Say the
on, girl.
seven.
I'm gonna get it to you. I'm hippie out. Let me hope you, as my great grandmother used to say.
So I can go ahead and put it on the. So I can go ahead and put it on the screen for people to. Where I'm at. Okay, what is it again?
It is
Mhm.
GLEAUX BLEPR at gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Did I get it right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that up there for a few. I'm gonna leave that up there for a few minutes so everybody can get that. So make sure you're following Bossier Arts Council on all their social media pages so you can keep up with all the events that they have coming up. And make sure you follow Britt on her social media and global consulting as well because you got to keep up. It's a lot. It's a lot pop. It's a lot popping off
It's a
and
lot of things coming too.
a lot of things coming, a lot of things popping off. Um, and I need y'all to stay in tune, especially creatives. If you are a creative, I'm going to encourage you because I'm gonna do it. I'm going to
Mhm.
encourage you to go ahead and become a member of the Bossier Arts Council as well. Because it's just so many resources that we have here that we're not what's the word I'm looking for?
Just not taking advantage of them.
Not taking it. That's it.
This is not taking. And I'm
It's
gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox. It's not just the creatives, as a community. And when I say community, I
Mhm,
don't mean one group or another, just overarching Shreveport Bossier. Like,
mhm.
tap in, y'all.
Yes.
I'm happy 50 coming, but baby, look, it's there's some stuff that's been going and moving before that announcement even came about.
That's
And
right.
what
That's
happens when
right.
you're not tapping in, you're not in the know. You're
That's
just not
right.
in the know. And I know there's a notion, oh, people don't like to work together. For every one person y'all say not working together, I know two people that's working together. So
Yes.
I will say this, maybe you need to evaluate your audience and you need to evaluate your circle.
Absolutely. Come on now. I usually close out my show. You just gave your closing moments right there.
Hmm.
So make sure y'all tap in. Now, the one thing that we didn't talk about, but I would like to talk about that on another show. I want to
Okay.
make another show for that because right now I'm planning a show for people to talk about the day that changed their life. So I know that you are a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah, we can
And
talk
I
about
want look, y'all know I'm emotional. I wanted this to be the happy hour edition. I
Oh,
didn't
girl,
want to be
listen. The way I sometimes joke, people nerves get bad. And they're like, "Why are you
yeah,
laughing?" I was like, "Babe, what I supposed to do? Cry the whole time?"
right, right. Yeah, I do want to discuss that with you, but I want to plan that for another show. I want to get my idea for that is I want to get a group of women together to talk about the day that changed their lives.
Yeah.
So I definitely want you to be a part. And I might, you know what, that might be a live show.
Okay.
Let me write that down.
Come on in the room. Come on
Yeah,
in the room.
yeah.
Come on in the room because really and truly, that's just one watershed moment in my life. That
Yeah,
and
I know
everybody
what
has
you mean.
experiences. Yeah, there have been several for so many people. So yeah.
Yeah, so I would definitely love for you to be I would definitely love for you to be a part of it. So, and again, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is also dope podcast. I appreciate all the support that I have been receiving. Like I've been getting like hella hella messages and text messages. Um, I've been getting hella messages and text messages about what I've been doing lately, and I just been more open, about all the stuff that I've been doing. I appreciate the donations as well. People been sending me, trying to donate stuff like
Yeah.
that. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that as well. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in to my uh make sure y'all stay tuned into my Facebook page and make sure y'all subscribe to the Also Dope Network YouTube page as well. Cause I'm probably gonna be putting more shows on that as well. So anything else you would like to add, Miss Pope?
No, y'all make sure y'all love on each other. Y'all make sure y'all supporting each other. If it's something that you're not getting from people, you make sure you giving it first. You make sure you take inventory and making sure that you giving it out before you waiting for it to come in. Because baby, I promise, as you sending it out, it's gonna come back to you.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
Bye, guys.